Greetings, all my dreamers and dreamettes. It's your boy Mickey Fenty, aka Mickey Made It. If you're new to this channel, you know what to do to this channel. Subscribe right now. Also, like and share this episode. We got a lot to talk about, a lot to break down, and just I got some jewels for you guys to just you could take with you on your day. So, how's the energy out there today, man? How is the energy out there today? I was scrambling to get up to get to you guys and get everything going. I did a lot of research and got some conclusions out of this thing. I also got some things that just made me surprised about certain things. So we gonna make sure everybody get all in hand, and we just gonna chop it up, break this whole thing down. Today's episode, I want to send some healing energy to Oprah. I'm hearing that it might be a possibility she's in the hospital, knowing that she's at her older ages, and it could be something about stomach. I'm not really as concerned about what exactly is going on with her, more than just her being okay. So let's send some healing energy out to Oprah. In these times, things can be so serious, especially when you're dealing with your health. Um, okay. My dreamers and dreamettes, man. There's been so many things going on. I don't know where do we start? Where do we start? Where do we start? Where do we actually start today? Well, today's a beautiful day in NYC, man. Some of these days out here, it just be so iffy, I should say. Okay, you want to keep. We could keep this. We can keep this in Queens. Today, I figured, I wanted to talk about some relationship talk as well in this conversation. So I'm gonna mix it all in there, and why not start with the queen herself, and that's Nicki Minaj. I hear people are so okay. So the other day, Nicki Minaj, she had tweeted single on her Twitter, and people just took it and just went all over the place with it. And as I'm sitting back looking at this, I'm hearing some people say, she could be getting a divorce, or she could just be going single, or something's been wrong in the household. A lot of people out here are so fake. A lot of people out here are so fake. And that's the difference between somebody that steps up when they see a problem, and somebody that just sits back and watch and waiting for a problem to destruct everything. Now, I love Nicki Minaj as an artist. She is one of the top artists. Now, we all know that maybe there are some bad decisions that she has made along the way, like all of us. But you mean to tell me you guys sat back, and y'all know it's not like you could stop her from dating a certain person, but you acted like the situation was okay. I'm not cool with that fake love, that fake energy. We don't do that over here. The reason why I'm sending Nicki Minaj some love and some healing energy is because if we really analyze that lady's career, she went through a lot. It seems like she was put in the middle of a whole bunch of things going on around her, and she had to really like guard herself to keep herself afloat in this hip hop game, especially when it's male dominated. Now, a lot of people see Nicki for the person that's, maybe a little aggressive, but you don't really get to see the soft side of Nicki because of the game that she's in. But from my take and how I see Nicki Minaj, I think she's a very smart person. She's very aware of herself. And if things are going on behind the scenes that we don't know about, there's always a way that she can express herself to let people know that she's in a problem or something is going on. Now, when it comes to, relationships and dating the right person, if you don't feel comfortable with, and this is not just talking on Nicki Minaj, if you don't feel comfortable with or if you feel more comfortable with a friend than your own partner, that is not your soulmate. There's nothing wrong with that. I feel like everybody, when it comes to relationships, some people do need another chance at it, and people need to love again. So I don't know what's going on to say that, it's going to be a divorce. And if it is a divorce, I would think between all the things that's been going on in her life, I would think it would probably be a better step for her. She would know what will be a better step for her, because she's been dealing with a lot, dealing with family issues from just trying to become, a lot of people see that celebrities have a whole bunch of money, and that's all they see, so they feel like the money washes the pain away, and it doesn't. She goes through things too, and I think if it's something of that degree of something going on in her relationship, and she chooses not to actually say it, I think that we should lay off of it a little bit and just send her the healing energy to let her know that if you're looking for that route to leave a certain situation, yeah, it can happen. Because nowadays, a lot of people don't want to be stiffed in a relationship for the rest of their life. If it doesn't feel like love, why are you still in it? And I know there's kids and everything involved. You know, this is the reason why people really, because I was watching something on Wendy Williams, and I started to realize the more money you get, if you don't have like a stable structure, even the people that you think that's trying to hold you down might even want something from you. I seen this guy, he killed his baby mother because of what, life insurance of $500,000 that he didn't end up getting. He had a baby with her, and he was cheating on her with somebody else. So he was had this whole plan, and the plan never worked out. All of these are things that it's very deceiving. I mean, you know, you have to also put yourself in other people's shoes too. If you had a whole bunch of money and you can trust everybody around you, don't you think that would be a scary atmosphere to be in? So I don't want to just automatically point the finger at people, because life is hard, especially when you're successful. Life can get very hard for you. People could start looking at you for somebody that you're not. So I don't want to just go out there and just scream out divorce. But if I know if it is a divorce going on with Nicki or any celebrity going on that they might not want us to know about, I know it's for a better path or going in the right direction. Maybe because they made a mistake. In these times, people want to stay with the person that they actually love and the person that's going to actually love them. I think people are caught up with this perfect picture of how a relationship is supposed to be, and people are holding on to relationships that have no value in it. And when I say value, I don't mean money. Relationships do need a little bit of money, but the majority of the things that you need in a relationship for it to really grow and be something, it has nothing to do with money. It has all to do with the ingredients. It has everything to do with both partners having some kind of faith in somebody higher than them. Having the ingredients, I guess, you could say that comes with the faith is trust. Um, when you can trust somebody, you can leave anything around. You can do whatever, and you can leave it in their hands, and you know that trust that you have for that person, everything is going to be all right. When you can't trust somebody, you have to take everything of value with you every time, everywhere you go, because you don't know if you turn around, it's going to disappear. That's why it's always, even if you have two, three people that you really love, some people run back to their family because that's a definite, if that's a place of comfort for them, they'll feel better in that place. Because nowadays, the person that's standing right next to you would take you for all the money you have, and they love your money more than they love you. So you have to be very careful, especially when you're dealing with relationships. Quit the dating apps. Dating apps are no good. People that, especially, I'm just telling you from a male point of view, if I sign into a dating app, I'm not gonna do that. A guy, looking for love, you're not gonna find your soulmate on a dating app. A dating app, you're gonna find weirdos and people that's looking for sex. That's the truth. That's what dating apps are really about. It's hookups. Two people, you're in a horny, you're in this stage of you're looking for something to sleep with, and these are the people that you could just automatically say, single, 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 single. But it doesn't. It never leads to anything. I mean, there's always going to be good cases in certain instances, but for the most part, if you're just the average person and you're looking for love and you see things in front of you and you don't like your options, there's always a way where you can find people or attract the type of love that you want in your life to you. You can manifest your love in there. Because a lot of times people don't realize the love comes from the energy you put out. So if you're in a relationship and you're in a bad relationship and you're surrounded by bad energy, there's no way somebody can look over and say, I'm in love with that person, or you can find love from yourself until you get out of that. You got to break away from all of that. Once you're in the place where you feel you reju because I don't care what anybody says. If you love falling in love, that feeling is better than sex. Falling in love is the best feeling you could ever have, because you're working into you're falling in love with somebody that you feel like you can have a future with. But if you're just dating, or just it's for a look, or it's just for other people to look in and say, oh, they're a couple, it's never ever gonna work. Or if it's just you had some great sex with somebody. Some people can get that confused too. Having good sex with somebody doesn't mean that it has to turn into a relationship. That could just mean it could be a one-time thing. It's just a memory. Your soulmate will be the one that you feel comfortable with just opening yourself to, no matter what is going on. You just feel good opening yourself to. Like I was just recently, I rewatched when Bun B was on he was on the Breakfast Club, and he was explaining the story of how the guy broke into his house, and he held his old lady up with a gun to her face, and Bun B had to come down there and shoot him. And it's because he really loved that woman and he really loved his family. And he had to, at that point in time, he has no time for thinking, oh, what should I do? Or you have to handle your business. Love attracts you, protecting the people that surround you, that you claim you love. Those are the people you want to protect first. And in this industry, it's more like the thing that you have to, when you go into the industry, you're more protecting your money, your financial side, because people are, you're so used to from people taking it from you from all different angles. You have, now you're trying to protect that and love. It can get heavy on you. So don't automatically think that, when you see celebrities going from this person to that person, she was, as far as Nicki Minaj, when she came in the game, she was never the type to sleep around. I never heard nothing about Nicki Minaj sleeping around with nobody. Actually, she was the one that they couldn't play with. They couldn't just jump into bed with her. So off of that alone, you could tell that she's not the type of person that's going to be going out there and just sleeping around with anybody. She's going to be the type of person that's going to be closer to the person that she's attached to and stick with that person. Now, when you break something and you break bonds with a person, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but when you do something like that to somebody that loves hard, you'll never get the same person again. We all know this. I'm a Virgo. We hold on to things. You're not going to get the same me if you already corrupted or you did something to me in a relationship where I feel like, this is not even worth it. Look at Diddy. Who would have knew Diddy was this much of a demon? You can't even expect all these allegations that's coming out now. There's no way we could have expected that Diddy would be doing so many different things to all these women, and it all stems from what? Another male on his entrance when he came into the game. How he's been treated, he went on and treated other people. Now in the hip hop as well as in politics, people love holding something over your head. And it's always something that you did and you know it's wrong. You know you shouldn't have did it, and now you're hiding it from the rest of the people. And this person or somebody knows, found out, and now you have to go according to what they want you to do, because if not, they're gonna show the world supposedly. But the truth in it, the fact is, when you do your people bad and you do your own, the people that love you around you, that's trying to be around you, and you do harm to those people, eventually, hey, the pot spills over. The pot spills over. People are, don't think because you're not hearing about the situations that the feds are the feds. The feds, they don't lose. And this is what I was trying to explain to people from the beginning. If the feds pull you up, it's not like they're just pulling somebody out at random. They can't do that. Even though you think the law might not go your way sometimes, it's certain things that if you study and know the law, you will understand what your rights are. Now, not saying that black people and white people have the same rights or are treated the same in these rights, but it's good to know what your rights are, that you can defend yourself in some kind of way. If not, you're going to be lost out here. The things you should be learning, people are just skipping past. The things that mean so much. Like if you're going to do so much crime and you're going to be doing this and that in the street and you don't know the law, it just goes to show that when they throw you away in the prison, you don't even know how much time you're going to be served. They throwing people away for years and years and years. You're not going to see these people again. So I say that to say this. When you see somebody protecting their family, like a person like Bun B, you see somebody fighting for their love. It's whether they're fighting to find their love or fighting to hold on to the love that they already have. Yes, it's worth going all out for. It's worth it. It's definitely worth it going all out for. People without it, some people could live without it. And some people can't. But we know that when it comes down to people having money, especially with celebrities, we also got to put ourselves in their shoes. I've been seeing a lot how so many celebrities' homes been getting broken into. And it's all about the energy you put out there. A lot of people made that mistake already. I seen this one guy, he was at a video shoot with Lil Baby, and he had the money up to here on his chest, walking around. Now, when Baby left that video shoot, excuse me, that guy almost got killed for that money. It's because why do you bring all this money, you have the money hold up, and you're coming back in a neighborhood that doesn't have money, and you're showing it off in their face, and what do you expect them to do? What do you expect them to do? You got to be smart about the things you're doing and the steps that you're taking forward in these times, man. I see a lot of people making dumb mistakes, and then they look at everybody else like, I didn't know. No. Every single day, there's somebody on YouTube or these platforms. It doesn't just have to be me trying to give you something to take with you that can maybe make you live an extra day, or maybe you think smart about the next hurdle that you come upon. So these conversations that we have are things that I really want you guys to know, that some of these things I've been through and I've learned from, and I've took a different route and it worked for me. It's not just about just telling people, splitting out what you think. No, I've been through shit. I've been through, a lot of people around haven't been through the same things that I've been through. It's my story. Almost dying and going through different things. Yeah, you're looking at the right person. But at the end of the day, it's how you deal with it that counts for everything. And before we go any further, you guys, not to interrupt, but this episode is brought to you by Inspired by Dreams Clothing. That's Dreams with 3 Z's at the end. And if you want to support the brand, I have a lot of new drops in the shop. It's inspiredbydreams.shop. And you can get your drip on. We have a lot of hoodies. We even have Inspired by Dreams for kids right now. I'm going to put the post up on that. We got a lot of stuff. It's a lot of collectibles in there. So yeah, just wanted to get that plug in for myself. Got to throw my plug in there while I'm giving you guys this good energy. Hope you guys is sending out this healing energy to the people out there in the world, because a lot of people need healing energy. Some people are just, they trying to hold on to what they got, and some people are trying to find something to hold on to. So we're going to send healing energy to everybody, especially people like Oprah. That's like the first person that I knew that was like a billionaire. And I always looked up to Oprah like, you know what, Oprah, you for the, as far as black culture, you are like the top queen, because all the work you put in and all that, it, as long as that keeps that smile and that Oprah that we once know you for, I'm happy with that. What you do on your time with your money, that really is none of my business. I'm happy with the person you presented yourself to be. You never disrespected your own culture, and you kept a lens for the little girls coming up to say, you know what, I can be like her. I can have my own talk show. You didn't give a negative outlook of yourself. So everybody send Oprah some healing energy. I like Oprah. Everybody. Because she's at her older age, and everybody, we don't want to see any, and especially in these times, we don't want to see any bad things. We're losing so many people, so many rappers pass on a daily. I have to say rest in peace to, now we're talking about rappers passing, rest in peace to Enchanting from Gucci Mane's 1017 click. I'm wondering, I was reading up on the story, and one place allegedly I'm hearing is it could be drug abuse. And in these times, man, you know, popping pills and all of these things, even even edibles. You don't know what's in the edible. People could kill you, especially if you have money. The more money you have, the less you should get off of them drugs, because people are more likely to do anything and put anything inside of your stuff so they can take over or take what you have. You got to be smarter than that. You got to be smarter than that. When you know, it's always good to have fun, but the more money you have to know that there's a fair chance that somebody in there, you know, is not in there for your benefit. You have to be more responsible out there. I don't mess with edibles, none of that. If I can't roll it up myself, I don't want it. All of that stuff and pill popping and stuff is going to lead people to the earliest grave they've ever seen. You can't live a legacy, or you can't put out your journey when you have a title, overdose or by pills. You're turning junkie. Using all the pills and that stuff, you're just turning into a junkie, and that's just the bottom line. You can't be yourself when you're on that junk. That type of junk, it's like it's an early grave. It's killing so many of our youth. It's almost tying the fact with guns. You don't know what's in the pills. Think about it. When you was a kid, did you like medicine? No kids like medicine. So what the hell, when you get older, you're going to be popping all these things in for what? To numb what? Pain? Pain of what? A lot of people, they're in an opportunity to do things, and just because it might not be what they expected, you don't go to pills and just burn yourself away because you didn't get what you wanted. Take a different route. When you numb yourself, it doesn't heal. Numbing is not, I'm not giving out numbing energy. Numbing energy is only for a few minutes. Healing energy does not, it lasts longer. Healing energy can last a lifetime, excuse me. Numbing energy is only for the moment. Anything that you're doing in these times only for the moment, it ain't gonna turn out good. It's not gonna turn out good. A lot of people in the hip hop community is ready for this instant gratification because of the way of social media. Hip hop is moving just as fast as social media. People, you can't even sit on music and really grasp what the whole thing is about. That's why I jumped off of that pace. I'm on my own pace. When they're moving fast, I'm just taking little things in there that I can listen to now. Taking little things because I can't keep up with that nonsense. A lot of things, people are not even putting their heart into their music anymore. They're just doing it for the hustle. And I'm not with that. I could feel a difference in the sound. I could feel a difference in the energy. It feels like everybody's talking about the same things. And people are getting away from telling their story. And they're more getting into telling somebody else's story. Everybody has struggles, but we don't all have the same struggle. And that's the thing. Some people are struggling with many things. Love, some people are struggling with, finances. There's a lot of things people struggle about that makes them who they are. But while you have the mic and the spotlight and, around you, make it make sense. Make it make sense. That's all I'm saying. If you're in a relationship right now and you feel you have to question your partner, you got to question your love. Does he love me or is he with somebody else? You ain't in a real relationship. You're not. Especially when you're dealing with, you got little ones, or especially if you're dealing with falling in love, you can't keep your eyes off your partner. You want every part of your partner. You want to be with your partner. Nowadays, I see people like they talk about they love each other, but they pushing each other away. It's because it's fake. It's a lot of fake stuff going on out there, and people find themselves in these fake situations, not really their fault all the time. Sometimes you're trying to find your way, and everybody around you is in like this acting show. What are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do? Get away from all that nonsense. Get away from all that nonsense. Oh, you know what I was saying too? I was saying that with the Bun B, being that there's such, look at that couple and just look at how she trusted in Bun to hold her down. That's how you gotta trust in your partner to hold you down. Having all this money and your partner's just there for that, then you could be subjected. When you pass away, your partner's gonna be fighting with your families for your money. That's all they're there for. You gotta really put a clear eye on who loves you. And know how to treat every single person that you come in contact with. I don't treat everybody the same when I come in contact with. I'm not just like a smiley person. If I don't feel like the love is real, you're going to get that same in return, and we can take it to wherever you want to take it. But when it comes to me, it has to be authentic. If it's not authentic, I'm gonna say something about you. I'm gonna say something about you. I have many friends that I have to question. And if you're in the same place, you know what it feels like. Is that person talking about me behind my back? Do I have to do something about this? Do I got to handle this in a way where I might get myself in trouble? These are all the things that you have to think about. A lot of fake stuff going around. And I just can't tolerate that. So when I see people going through it, I can more relate to when they're going through something. I'm just waiting for them to get over the hurdle and become the person that they supposed to be. Because a lot of people out here they look in the mirror and they don't know what they're looking at. They don't know what they're looking at. Really, they're looking at a mirror of what hip hop and what social media wants them to look like. When you I got all that stuff out of here, yo. I don't care about none of that stuff, yo. For real, for real. I just come up here, do what I gotta do, and make the best designs I have to do for my company. And people love it. So that makes me feel good. The little things make me feel good, not the big things. The big things puts more eyes on you, and now people want to know. And how much is he making? Oh, he did this with her. Oh, he's family to this, or so and so loves him, or he messed with her. I don't need none of that. I like to keep what I like to put out there is good energy, bro. Good energy. Good energy. That's what it's all about. Where y'all from? Drop y'all. Where y'all from? Just put. Are y'all in NYC? Because the weather right now is beautiful out here. The weather is beautiful. After this, I'm doing some more designs. I really want to show you guys. That's why I told you guys I want to put out I'm going to turn this into like a whole show where I can just give you guys you get some fashion tips. You're gonna get a little bit of everything in one show. And yeah, that's what I'm really moving about. What else we had up there? Hold on, let me see something. Let me see what y'all talking about. Hold on. Let me see what y'all talking about. I think I could do it from here, and because I'm all over the place today, y'all. Oh, okay, yeah, what y'all saying? Yeah, I don't understand that. People be having real stress with fake love. That don't make no sense to me. I'd rather be single than somebody stressing me out that I don't love. Are you crazy? Nah, 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 nah. I think if I was in a relationship, I want to be able to start my company the way I did, unless I had that type of partner that's seen the same individual. Because there's a lot of things when I start. This is my second brand, and I've been doing it over 13 years. And when I had my first brand, I was in a relationship at that time, and I don't know. It's just like sometimes it could weigh on you. It all depends about your partner and if and what they're willing to do or where they see it going because it's very personal when you're starting your own entrepreneur journey and stuff like that. It's very personal because a lot of people don't understand it. They don't understand how you can just you got to start from something. You got to build your life the way you want it. And these times, there's less people out there running looking for jobs, and there's more people that's trying to create a job for themselves because we realize that time is ticking, and we don't all have the most time in the world. People would rather enjoy their life all the way up to a certain point to know that they lived a life that they left something back there, that maybe somebody else behind your family they can take with them and they can build off of, than just going out there and just being random all over the place and just being like just like a teardrop in the wind or something. You don't want to be that. You want to leave something. You want to leave something substantial behind. And with all these relationships, I'm like, how could you do that? You can't even, if some, God forbid, something happened to you, who is going to be the rightful or take your legacy on? A lot of people don't have that. So they're just doing whatever they can, and it ends up a crash out. Another thing that I've seen with Diddy, could you believe that demon? Could you believe that demon? He had the nerve to break Kim Porter's nose, go get plastic surgery for her, and then go take her up in the club with the damn bandage on the nose and taking pictures with her. Is this man sick, y'all? He might be one of the sickest guys in hip hop. Russ, you could fly back. We gotta talk to you, Russ, but you could fly back. But Diddy, he's something else. Diddy, at first I didn't, this is the more and more information that you hear about Diddy, you start to realize, oh, he's been a demon from the beginning, and there's possibilities that he could have been involvement in all the things they were saying in those conspiracies. It's a damn shame that the people that tried to guide people away and tell people how they was crazy with these conspiracy, those people, the people that was talking that stuff was right, y'all. Half of the stuff is coming out to be true. And it's like when you hear the hypocrisy and just the whole bad boy and the whole, okay, for one, he called himself Love. One of his sons is called Christian. Um, One of his sons is called Justin Bieber. All of these things have they all like in a circle of a cycle of things that if y'all don't realize, like you're just putting words together and you just see it like all of these things are hypocritical. This guy was in disguise from the beginning. And to beat on and the reason how I know that he knows he's wrong for doing it is you didn't beat your kids like that. Your kids ain't have a broken nose. I can understand you going around beating up everybody the same. You got a problem. But you knew not to hit your kids like that. But you're gonna go hit on a female. That's what's wrong with these guys. These guys are chumps. Half of those guys in the industry are chumps. I could tell you from just staring at them, they chumps. That if it just because they, and you hear a lot of guys, oh my bodyguard, yeah, you a chump, you a punk. You quick to get a bodyguard. The bodyguard got to sleep in the same bed as you because you've been talking all this nonsense. And if the bodyguard leave you for one quick second, somebody gonna crawl through your window with the nonsense you be talking. You don't see a lot. You see all these dudes. They gotta have a bunch of bodyguards. They ain't bodyguarding for the music. They bodyguarding for the shit they said out their mouth. You don't need to see the females need a whole bunch of bodyguards like that. The reason why the females don't need a bodyguard, because you got to be careful of the bodyguards you get. Remember, they know a lot about you. They know a lot about you. Now, these dudes, I can hear it because every dude wants to feel like he's the toughest guy in the hip-hop industry, or if he was in a situation, this is what he would do. Or his crew, where he came from, they're the baddest crew in the world. Meanwhile, when situations go down, they crying over their head when they see stuff go down. They crying, oh my God, I can't believe another rapper passed. We was so cool. No, no, no. Where's your people? Where's the guys you said when you was beefing with that other rapper the other day? You said that if it happened to you, this is what you would do. Now you got a whole bunch of bodyguards and people around you. That's just you're gonna get them hurt because you see people have mental health issues nowadays. People are running up on people in broad day. They're not worrying about no bodyguards. So the energy you put out there is the energy that you receive. You can't look upon us. You can't look at us now and say, oh, they crazy. No, it's not us. It's you guys. You didn't understand that what you put out is what you get back. So you're putting out all this, you a gangster, and you're not really a gangster. You're probably just a street guy. You're talking about how you're the biggest hustler in the world. You probably just sold nicks and dimes. And once these get highlighted to the people out there that's actually doing it, they feel like you, okay. Oh, you like that. So now when I see you, or when my people see you, I hope you keep that, you like that energy. And it never matches up. It never matches up. You a tough guy, but you in the strip club. Where'd you leave your toughness? In the car? It's just weird stuff that be going on that you got to understand. Like, and I heard something about them strip clubs, how they be having men on certain days. So you guys are not fooling anybody talking about it's the wings. It's not the wings. It's the men. It's the men. I see a lot of guys out here, they in love with other guys, man. They hugging up on each other like they ain't never seen each other in like 30 years. I'm like, didn't you guys just do a track a week ago? Man, if y'all don't stop hugging each other and kissing on each other in people's eyes, and you be the first one to come up here and talk about, oh, so-and-so. No, don't talk about them. It's all about you, man. It's about you, my man. Spending all this money on security. That's where your money is going, because the more you talk and you put out that bad energy, the more you got to pay to protect that stuff. Don't get mad at the people like the Chance the Rappers, or maybe like the just the females out there that can just some, because it's not all celebrities that can't walk around. There's a lot of celebrities that can walk around and talk to people because they put out good energy. Nobody's going out there to harm them. It's good to keep a good eye open, but it's the energy you put out. Do you know how many artists have died because of drill music? Nobody wants to say anything. Yeah, it filled a lot of people's pockets. But for the victims and the people and the families and the hurt that it left behind, I'm talking about this. It could probably, if this goes on another year or two, it'll probably beat out Vietnam. The Vietnam War, it'll probably beat out. Yeah, it'll probably beat that out. With the amount of bodies that have been dropped behind that music, yeah, I think so. I think what we have to do as a community is stop looking at other regions and taking on what they're doing. In New York, when it comes to guns and when it comes to the violence, we're like in detention over here. I don't know about you. I don't know where y'all are from, but over here it's getting stricter and stricter after everybody. After everybody that drops, something else is being put in place. Because the guns and the type of guns and where they're shooting the guns and the type of people that's getting hit, it's ridiculous. Only kids. I don't want to hear the hip-hop culture say no more about it ain't the music. Yes, it is the music. We already see that the music is the theme for this murder. I don't want to hear that. And I don't want to hear about how, oh, you're going back to send turkeys back in your neighborhood. You're not going back. You're going back to show off on your own people that got you there. Don't try to act like you're going back in your own neighborhood and building up nothing. You ain't building up anything. You're trying to build up your pocket. Let's be serious. Let's stop acting like you seen a whole bunch of rap. If that was the case, we'd have been had hip hop schools. Now they on Jay-Z's back. I don't know. They know more than I do, Jay. Don't look over here at me. I tried to big you up with you putting out, with the 300 million. I knew in my head it wasn't 300 million out of your pocket. I knew you rounded it up, and that's a good thing because you used your celebrity to round up 3 million to put in private schools. Now, as for me, I don't really know the difference between a private school and public school because I only went to private school. I went to St. John's Prep. So, if from the outside looking in, I would say from what I've heard along the way, I loved my school, but I've learned that the teachers pay, being that it's a smaller group, the teachers pay more attention. But when it comes to education, it's all about the intake and what you take out of it, because it's not that a lot of people coming out of school, it's usually they say it's usually the C students that end up being the most wealthiest, because just having a taste of, in between, if you I guess the A+ students don't end up, where people expect them to be. Not saying that it's a bad thing, but it's just saying that's just how, the trajectory of that whole thing works. But when it comes to private school and public schools, I don't know if Jay's, I don't know how it works, but it's government funded, right? And Jay-Z might have been his kids might go to private school. People want better for their kids. People don't want to put their kids through what they went through. That shows a sign of you being a failure parent. If your kids are going through, oh, you was a gangster gangbanging, and now your son is taking up gangbanging, you're a failure. Don't even teach them how to be a good gangster. There's no such thing. There's no such thing in how to do good at bad things. Eventually what happens is you end up getting caught. It's the devil's trick. We've seen this time and time again. The devil give you the money, and then when you got the money, you're spending the money, he takes it right away from you. Don't you know that's the worst feeling in the world? You think you up there and then somebody pull you down from there? That's not crabs in the barrel. That's just the devil doing his job. You signed those papers with that guy, and he's coming to collect. That's on you. That's not on us. We moving over here with God. Everything we do, we help other people, and then in turn, God helps us. That's just the way our cycle works. Their cycle works is they try to find and take from people, or hurt people while they're out there, and whatever they get from that, they feel like that's substantial, but it never works. It never works. Why do you think people can't have relationships now? Because what are you looking for? The first thing I hear in relationships in these times is money. And I keep telling you that the minute you throw money in front of any conversation with me, please just go move on. Go move on. Move on. You know nothing about you don't know anything about anything. You don't. You don't. You're online and you're looking for something and you're looking at these. Do you see any? There's not a lot of celebrities with the greatest relationships because they have the power of the first power they get is the power of independence, because they have enough where they can hold themselves down. That's one way. But they don't have that power of trust and the comfort of having something where you can leave it on the table and nobody take it up. They don't have that. They don't have that. Somebody might take something from them just because it's them. You understand? It's not just because they want to steal. It just could be you might took a jersey out of somebody's house and they're a basketball player, and you just because it has a signature on it. These are things that's worthless in the world. We put the value onto these things, and that's the things that's having us go crazy. Watch out for all that stupid stuff, man. If you take out all the material things out of your life and just manage them. Not saying you take them out like never buy again, but just manage how you buy them. You start to see where those people got you at, how you lost money here, how you lost distraction of love here. You realize that love is not a look. People, you can't dress up to love, or you can't look like you're in love. There's no such thing. That's all made up from social media. Like when people say, oh, they look like they're in love. No, there is no look to love. Love is in here. It's a feeling. When two people have that same feeling, it's so secretive and so private. You don't want everybody knowing about this, what y'all got going on. What y'all got something special. You start wanting to protect what you have more. You start holding on to the things you love. That's why people hold on so tight to the people that do right by them. I see it a lot, man. I see a lot of things in the industry that can be fixed, but it's just the mistrust. When you don't have no trust, I don't think anything could work. We're seeing this. That's the main thing that we have to get back to is trusting each other, trusting people that enough to say, you know what, go ahead. You take the lead. I know I was thinking of doing it this way, but you take the lead. We don't have that anymore. So relationships are bound to crash. And to be honest with you, I'm just saying, let's get back onto the Nicki. When it comes to Nicki Minaj, she's been through a lot. And I think as a grown woman, she would know if 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 that, I'm not saying, but just from the past and how it could be. In her past, she probably dealt with domestic violence herself. You don't know people's lives, and you don't know how it affects people. You don't know who's dealt with it. Some of our biggest celebrities that we love has probably dealt with this situation. So I'm very delicate on how I go about talking about people, and you never know what somebody's going through, especially in these times where people can drug you up without even your consent. People put you on all type of pills and making you change into somebody that you're not. I ain't mad at you. I'm mad at them for trying to fool you. You're better than that. You're better than that. Completely better than that. I see a lot more like I see for the people that I love in the entertainment business. I don't want to see my favorite celebrities just dying, 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 dying. That don't feel good. That it don't feel good. Or just getting taken advantage of. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And then and a lot of the females, they fighting when they get in the industry because it's male dominated. And look who's running it. People that don't even want to stand up for them. You got to look at outside sources of men and different types of men that you can see some kind of father or some kind of king, king, at least leadership about themselves. So for you to put some trust in there, but you can't trust these guys. I can see them lying to these ladies' face the whole time, man. They're throwing a bunch of junk jewelry, and next thing you know, they feel like they're the genius or they're the best lover, and then they disappear, or the love that they once put up is gone. Come on now. And females, you got to do better on your choices of men you pick. Don't go out there and pick the guy just because everybody else like him. Do you love him? Do you feel him? Does he make you feel good when he's around you? Does he make you feel good that you don't have to look at anybody else? Or do you feel when you're around him that you have to dress up a certain way? If not, these are all the things right here. You shouldn't have to feel some kind of way if you're around the person that loves you. You should be able to be in your most comfortable state. You don't have to do all this makeup and put on a fake this and fake that. For what? If he loves you, he loves you. He gonna go to the dirt with you. It don't matter what anybody says. He's always gonna remember you for the person he once fell in love with, even if you change, even if something, God forbid, should happen to you. One leg, one arm, it doesn't matter. He's always gonna be there for you. That's true love. Not run when he don't like what outfit you're wearing or what hairstyle you have on. Or come on, that's so childish in high school, first stages of dating. When you become an adult and you start seeing things for what it is, you be damned to sleep with or with somebody that don't love you. Are you serious? Just because everybody else wants you? No, I refuse. I've had a happier life, especially when it comes down to building my business and putting out good work for the people. If I had the wrong partner in my corner, I'd have been known. I love too hard for that. Like I'd have been known used to myself. I want to be able to move ahead and step ahead and say, you know what, I don't need this in my life. You know what, yeah, I'm gonna stop doing that for now. I'm just gonna concentrate on this because I want good people around me. It's a leap, y'all. It's a leap. It's not easy. I was stressed out, y'all. I couldn't. You could just tell. I couldn't understand why people do the things they do, and then I started realizing the root of where things were coming from. Some people didn't have the same upbringing as other people, and some people feel like the world owes them something, but the world don't owe you nothing. There's people that touch this earth for only a few days, and they never get a chance to enjoy it again. You got to be grateful of the time that you have here. You lived your life so long and you're still here to watch and go on YouTube and do different things. That's a blessing within itself. God bless you. But it's not every day I feel up. Trust me, sometimes I be looking like, why am I doing this? I could be doing this. I could be doing that. Sometimes that comes across my head. But then I remember why. I remember. Wait. I remember. And I remember also what I left behind. The things that I didn't want to what I really remember at that time about hip hop, they didn't respect talent. All they respected was money. I wasn't raised like that. My family is from Barbados. We work hard. It's not just about the money. You don't just come up to the States to just pile up a whole bunch of money. You come to help people. Me and my brother, we got a house back home, back in Barbados, that we could always go to. We own it. We got the paperwork here and everything. But it's not like my auntie and them ain't living in there and having. That's what family. That's what true family is about. That's what it's all about for me. I refuse to go by what these people are saying because I know in the long run they ain't even telling the truth. They hurt. Half these people you see on the everyday basis, they hurt. They want to point out somebody, but their miserable self, and tell them what they should be doing when damn well know that you should be fixing yourself. I got to a point where I was fixing myself, and I'm at a point where, wait, while I'm fixing myself, I can help other people now. I can't believe what I got over, and I can't believe how that went and how I got to that point. But now I figured it out. Hold on, let me tell a few people that's going through it. Let me throw something on them real quick. That's why we tune. That's why y'all tune in, because hey man, any story you want to hear from me is most likely I've been or know somebody that been through it. Like I told you, when I get a cringe when I hear like a female being like, you just done wrong, or somebody doing something to her in the street. Oh man, it pisses me off. Because a lot of these guys, the same guys that swear they're gonna protect you, be the same guys the first to hurt you. And I see it all the time because ladies, strength from a man, never think strength from a man is this. When you taking your vacations and you looking at the guys on the beaches and whatnot, and you see the guys out there, and you think that this is gonna be your rock, the strength don't come from there. The strength is in here. Usually you'll bump into your soulmate it doesn't never really happen like you just see a soulmate from afar. It's never usually like that. You'll bump into your soulmate. You'll find somebody that you realize that he serves himself a little bit different than everybody else you've been, dealing with. And it might be a little challenge for you. And that little challenge for you might turn into the love that you've been looking for. The person that appears perfect in front of you is never going to be a soulmate. That's going to be the one to pull you down. The person, when they say, that person might be good for you. And you'll be like, I don't know. They not. That probably is the person. For real. That's what they really mean by opposites attract. Because there's a lot of people out here fighting for love, looking for love, and I hope everybody finds what they're looking for, but you just got to know how to find it. Stop putting yourself in these situations where, you end up in a relationship for 1, 2, 3 years, and now y'all can't stick together because y'all got disagreements. Sex is going to be part of the relationship from the jump. We all know that. We human. Man, woman, woman, man. We human. We going to want to do that. And that's not the end all in a relationship. That's like, you don't have to have the best sex to have the best relationship. That's a social media thing. Now, I have the best sex anyway, but for real, you don't have to. Females are lovers, and there's a lot of things that you can add your way in and make a relationship work without just having to be the most sexual beast. And I think that's what's been happening to a lot of these dudes. Because I see in the R. Kelly situation, as well as Diddy, they do have that thing in common. Using the use of cocaine, they can't get up. That's the reason why you hear Diddy say, "Oh, he watched his girl get done by somebody else." It's because he can't do it himself, and he's come to a point where he wants the most power in the situation, so he wants to be able to go. You get hit by that, but the truth is, she should have turned around and said, "Why don't you come lay it down?" And he would have been stunned right there, because you know what would have happened? Happens to all of us. But the drug use, people that do a whole bunch of drugs use, and they try to tell you, "Oh no, the cocaine makes me go." No, all of that stuff. They are horrible people in bed. Probably they're the most horriblest people in bed because they can't get up. It's the people that eat the fruits, the pineapple, and things like that. That's how the sex is better. because you have a cleaner intake, and everything you do is gonna go towards that person. Now you drunk and you doing this and that. What type of sex is that? It's disgusting. Anything could happen. A baby could come out of that, and you don't even know what's next. Don't be a fool out there, especially when you're making love. That thing just get me. The only time when you're supposed to let yourself be vulnerable when if you having sex is if that's your wifey. So you know if anything else, you still planning to have a lifelong relationship with her. Not to no random person. These people are so crazy out here kissing on random people too. That's another disgusting thing I can't take. Don't kiss on me. Don't kiss on me. If you don't know me, especially you're a female, do not kiss on me. The only people that I let kiss on me are females that I know, that I've known from the past, that I say, you know, good morning, or something like that. Don't kiss on me. If I don't know you, don't kiss on me. It's disrespectful. You don't know if I'm in a relationship. Yeah, we as men we love, you know, the interaction, but if I'm in a relationship, that's disrespectful towards my lady. Don't do that. You can say hi, how you doing, and what's up, Mickey, without even having to hug up and kiss on me all the time. Just being serious because it's disrespectful if I'm in a relationship or just if I'm dealing with somebody. A lot of, you know, it goes both ways when it comes to that, you know. People like to be huggy, huggy, kissy, kissy, which is cool when you're single. But if you know, if you're with somebody and that could just be a little ins and, you know, I'm not a person that's out there that's tempted by it. So when you hear somebody say, oh, they're tempted by it, that means that if that temptation comes, they're going for it. That's an addiction. I'm not a tempted person. The power in saying no, there's a book out there you guys really should look into. The power of saying no will get you a lot further than just saying yes to everybody all the time. You know what that yes, 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 yes to everybody all the time gets you? In an early grave. That's all that does, the power of saying no. Certain things I can't do because of my situation, and I'm not going to just out extend myself for somebody that ain't going to do it for me. It's just not going to happen about me. That ain't going to happen. Never. I try to keep my life, especially from even the mistakes I made in the past. I try to keep that stuff behind me. I don't. Moving forward, I knew I had to come out here to help somebody. This ain't just about me selling my fashion on people. The fashion is dope. I'm never gonna stop doing my fashion. But really, what really drives me and gets me going is me leaving back and all the things that I love doing, the things that I believe in. People tuning in, communicating, and taking that on with their lives because that can help somebody else out there. I'm gonna be all right. Trust me, I'm gonna be all right. I'm like the watcher. I'll be here when things go down, and people are gonna be. They'll realize that I wasn't lying. I wasn't here just for just doing the money thing. Oh, you need a whole bunch of views. No, you don't. You don't need a whole bunch of views to make money. That's not true. That's a lie. You just need You just need great supporters. That's it. You can do things outside of social media. People think that I'm taking my fashion other places in different parts of the world. This is not just about just social media. This is how I connect with my folks, my peoples, the people out there that want to see better for themselves. That's what I'm here for. Everything else is just like you can leave that. You can leave that at the door. I ain't with it. I told you about the gatherings. Every gathering you see now, every little mini concert that might not is getting shot up. It's getting shot up because after the liquor's in your system, that's what's going. That person that comes out that gets aggressive and just talking any way they want. That's the person that's gonna bump into the same somebody just like them, and that's when it all erupts. You think you're gonna find your lover in a big fuck? No, you're not. You're gonna find trouble. You're gonna find trouble. I feel so bad for the people that don't see it the way I see it. But hey, you just gotta learn it. You gotta learn on your own. You have to learn on your own. Some people gotta take a hard fall, and sometimes that fall it takes them out forever. But at the end of the day, the people that learn from before you have to even go through it, we the survivors. It ain't about what happened to you. It's about how you dealing with it. That's life. Look at Sexyy Red scrapping all in the airport. What kind of energy is that? How do you know? Sexyy Red. She seems like she got some coolness about her. She seemed like she's just on her own journey and she's doing what she got to do to get where she got to go. But in between time, she don't understand, baby girl, them lawsuits, man, them things pile up on you and they get in front of you. You won't be able to drop another record without somebody owning some piece of it because you owe people money. Those lawsuits are going to pile up. When you become an artist or you become a rapper, singer, whatever you are, the responsibility raises. So if you bother somebody out there or you get in a problem, people are going to want to sue you because they feel like, yo, you shouldn't have been doing this or I'm going to get something out of this. And that's usually what happens. And now you look at the whole trajectory, it's in the airport. So that's a big lawsuit waiting to happen. And you just get a little piece of something, you just come in the game, you're new to the game. Why would you want to give that up over some nonsense of you fighting? Proving to who? You know how many people in the world that could fight? You're not going to be the first and you're not going to be the last. Fighting, it don't really usually get you anywhere. It looked it crazy, yo. Now it seems like, for the females that's becoming y'all have the light now in hip hop. Don't take it and do what we did with it. Fight each other when we got to the top or leave that one behind or I don't want him to get here. Don't do that when y'all got the spot. When y'all got it, bring more people up. So y'all can have something stable to stand on. And when they say, oh, who you brought up? When somebody asks you, who looked up to you and who you put on? You can have a whole list of people. Oh, look, they're all there. Those are all, I helped them get in. Not like the Diddy's and these people holding people back. Oh, you think Diddy was going to sign somebody? Now when you look back at it and when he asked about Biggie, oh, how does he look? Yeah, you want to know because if it was a guy that was handsome or a guy that, he wasn't going to try to put that guy in the forefront. Don't you see what he was trying to do? The only person that he tried to be like and suck their energy from was Mace. When he got up to Mace, he just felt like, oh, this guy, he has all the chicks from Harlem. He's dating Brandy. He's dating so many people. All the ladies are liking him. Why they ain't liking me? I'm pretty sure, God forbid, if Mace had stood at Bad Boy, they would have killed Mace too. And I'm telling you the truth. That man Mace was smart. While everybody thought he was running, he ran to God. Mace said, nah, I ain't going for it. I don't believe him. Mace ran to God. He had some problems going on in his neighborhood. But with some chicks, you know how it is when you're on top. The girls love you, so they man gonna be tight. You know how it go, cause you gotta keep your mouth shut when you like that. You don't tell everybody who you're sleeping with. He had some problems, but he had to go. He ran to God, and everybody laughing. I remember the industry laughing. Oh, Mace ran to God, so you don't believe in God? No, you turn around. The guy you was laughing at Mace, and he was saying, oh, he ran to God and how he did. So you don't believe in God? It just goes to show you how many people in the industry that don't believe in God. Because if Mace had stood there on Bad Boy, you think Mace would have had a podcast today with Cameron? No, he'd have been dead too. He ain't more special to get into this nonsense. Once you become a part of it, you go down with it. Mace was smart enough to get himself out of Bad Boy. Meanwhile, the more Diddy stood there, he was taking... Why do you think Stevie J is around? Because Stevie J outside of hip-hop actually gets a whole bunch of women. It is what it is. This player thing is not a made-up thing for Stevie J. For those who know, Stevie J's been doing this from back in the days with the females. So once you like that, of course when Diddy looked over, he wasn't with the chicks. He looked like a nerd. He was more the type of guy that he had the money. So when he seen Stevie J, he was trying to get some of that energy because he already tried to suck Mace energy. Mace already left, and now he don't know what to do. He can't do it. He can't even do the Bad Boy music no more. He ran back to get Mace to write for his son. Think about it. The man had no swag, so every time he look over, of course he gonna have some kind of resentment on certain people. When I heard what Roger Bonds was saying, I believed the guy. Yeah, he was there. I believe him. What? The people that's around him knew how he was getting down. He was fighting the girls like dudes. When I hear these dudes talking about they could fight this, they could fight that. No, you can't. You can't fight. You fighting girls. We talking about you could fight. I know people that could really fight. You can't fight. I know dudes that could hurt boxers. And like hurt the biggest boxers y'all think that could fight. I know dudes that's in the street that could hurt them dudes. That they wouldn't stand a chance in a street fight. Won't stand a chance in a street fight. Not one chance, I'm telling you. So what are you really talking about? There's a bunch of nonsense in the game that people are just, It's a lot of mumbo jumbo. The truth is that we have to clean it up no matter what anybody says. We have to clean it up. Are we gonna keep disrespecting our women? We're gonna keep running into these gun violence issues, and we're gonna have more mothers with tears in their eyes. We can't do that. You think a culture could go ahead and strive off of that? We can't strive off of that. There's no way as a grown man I'm gonna sit back and just every single day take an intake of violence and violent music in my mind and think that I could be a prosperous or I could build my company in today's society. Are you crazy? That's not how it works. I don't take into that nonsense intake. I just be like yesterday, like I know what it is. It's an early grave music. That's the theme music. When you out there and you're trying to build yourself as a person, you're building yourself as a human being, and you're asking yourself, so how do I become a good person? The true key of thinking and becoming a good person is think to yourself, what would God do? Or just think like God's watching you right now, which he is. Just move on that path. Do something for somebody else that's not just for yourself. Don't be selfish like these people. That selfish, it's like an unplanted seed to karma. That selfishness, it comes back to you. I'm seeing it every time I'm seeing it go down. There's a couple rappers that died between these past days. It's just the Enchanting, being that it's drug use and it's relatable to what's going on in these times. But there's a few other rappers that passed away too. Don't think the chain of rappers passing away on the daily has stopped. It hasn't stopped. People just know how to cover it up from other things going on in the news. You got Trump, you got people getting arrested for marijuana or legal weed shops, and I even heard there's a call back on cucumbers in New York City because of salmonella. I told you the food was poison, certain food was poison. You got to see where the food is coming from. That's when people say grow your own stuff and cook your own food. That's why they'll end up like that. But meanwhile, people are dummy. They so ready to get the quickest stuff. Yeah, that stuff go in your body. It's all over. They say that there's a new this disease like warts, something like that same sex happen. It's because people out here not taking the right steps of doing what they just out there doing whatever. And then they bring that shit back to the people that didn't have nothing to do with it at all. Because they made the wrong fucking steps in life. That shit pissed me off. Excuse me, man. For real. In these times, you have to be your own rebel, and the things that you stand for, you got to be willing to die for it. And that's just the truth behind the fact. Don't be scared of these people. Get Diddy and all these people out here. We're waiting to see the list. Who's ever on the list, I'm not going to be surprised. I didn't forget about the Busta Rhymes situation. It was allegedly, but I'm also keeping my eye open on some of these guys from the old school that we've been watching the whole time, talking about other people when they're the ones that have been doing this the whole time. It's disgusting, and you need to change. Don't go out there thinking about no celebration. Think about changing your life. Because your life is projected through these social media, and everybody and these kids coming up are looking up to your Dumbo self, and they're making the wrong mistakes because of who? Because of you. I don't want to hear about how hip-hop culture is not the music hip-hop culture is the music. It's the theme music for murder. Anybody that says anything else is different is a fool. You're being selfish and you're being wrong to those kids out there looking up to this stuff. Yeah, there's some good music, but the music that they champion is the wrong stuff. It's the wrong music. And that's why New York we don't have our own sound anymore. Because we went with everything that was selling. When you go for just the money, this is where you end up. This is where you end up. With no leg to stand on. You think if you took all of Bob Marley's money in the world, you think Bob Marley want to still make music? Dumbo? No, when you hear about Bob Marley, you can't attach that man's name with no money. It's all about his music and the vibes that he put out to the people that lived on for years and years and years and years to come from back then to 2024. Now ask yourself, why my music only lasts a year or 15 minutes? It's because the message you put out, the weak energy you put out, and the braggadocious nonsense that's not getting anybody anywhere. Have you ever heard Bob Marley bragging in music? Have you ever heard Michael Jackson bragging in music? No. This is made up mumbo jumbo because you sat in the back of the class cracking jokes and now you know how to make the words rhyme. You bring that to the forefront without even putting on paper to say, you know what? I'm going to tell these people my real story, how I really came up. How the reason why I was joking in the back of the class is because I was coming from a single family. My father was beating on my mom. School was the only place for me to go. And being that I was jealous of the other kids with their families that had mothers and fathers in their home, I went and disrupted class. Why you can't say that? What's up, Dumbo? Why you can't say that? Because the longer you live and live that, oh, life is just what it is, you're going to find yourself in an early grave. Life has to have structure to it. Life is more than just you just going out there and being random with everybody. You got to know how to fix your path, your journey. You got to go find your journey before you could look over and say, I want to do that like him or them. Anybody could rap. Anybody could pick up a pen and put words together. It's the words you put together. Does it move people? What does it make people do? You making people laugh? You making people want to do better things? Or you making people want to go out there and murder somebody? Because if you're making people go out there and murder or do hurt to other people, yeah, some of that karma lands on your lap. That's how it goes. The karma is going to land right on your lap. You want to know why you see a lot of rappers and you see nowadays, you know, people are, oh, he's wearing nail polish. It's disgusting. Yeah, it's disgusting. But what they're trying to say with the nail polish and all that wacko jacko stuff, I used to see rock stars wear the nail polish. But what they're really trying to say is, I'm not like them. Everybody is trying to do this I'm not like them type of situation. When really we need to all come together and make a particular person that represents us. I see a lot of dudes out here, it's like, oh, my dad was this is why I want to be this. The kids are not going any further. They're not striving for anything more than their parents. So with that being said, you have to put an extra guide out, let them know your story. Sometimes you telling your story to your kid or to the youth helps them understand, you know what, I'm not going to take that route. I see where you messed up, Dad. I'm going to go this route. Right there, you should have changed. Oh, I know, son. I should have, but I didn't. I thought I trusted that guy. I don't know. He just stabbed me in the back. I grew up with him for so many years. He just stabbed me in the back. Always watch out for this. And that's a jewel right there. Because not only you're telling your folk that you experienced it, but you showed them a way out and why it happened. That's when you putting a legacy together. Not just saying, oh, just enjoy your life. What do you mean just enjoy your life? This life is not easy. It could get wicked out there. Did you warn them for that? No? Oh, you didn't warn them for that. I've seen the youth get into car accidents and they pulling out guns because they don't even know how to take the car accident. Like, you messed up my car. Like, dude, it's insurance. You're gonna get another one back if you're doing the right thing. It's just a car accident. You should thank God that you're still alive. No, the gun in the other person's face. Why'd you do that? What do you mean, why'd you do that? That's a mistake. The first thing you run into is a weapon. You're not gonna make it long. You're not gonna live long in this life. You're scared. That's fair. Stand up to what you got to stand up to without pulling out a weapon to back yourself. But nowadays you gotta draw first because you don't want to be the one to draw last. I hear that. But think about why you're drawing in the first place. Think about that. Word, man. Salute everybody in the chat, man. I see a lot of people out here just like, it's just like going down this path of like destruction, like it don't affect the people behind us. It affects all of us. I don't want to see my favorite rapper getting murdered. When I like, and then let's go back to Diddy. Biggie told you that he didn't want to fly out. He didn't want to fly out to LA. But you Dumbo, you want to force him to come out there because you got some show. But like, this is the type of things, you can't make me move if I don't want to move. You can't do that. He felt so, and I'm not Miss Wallace. You need to give Diddy 2 hard slaps. But the thing is, I would say to you, Miss Wallace, go when you have little C's because he might try to hit you back. He might try to hit you back. These guys are guys that are beaters, man. I'm telling you. And they get up there. Meanwhile, when this thing was going on with Diddy, do you know how many people in relationships, how many females was looking and just looking over to their partner because their partner did the same exact thing? For the females across the world that has been in domestic violence, please don't let me hear you say, that ain't nothing, but you went through worse. Because what you went through, it might be worse, but it's all in the same thing, baby girl. Whether she curled up on the floor or whether he beat you to blood. Y'all are all in the same category, dating the wrong people that don't really love you. You're in the same category. And from this point on, stop chasing behind these dudes with the money, because sometimes how they got the money is how they're going to treat you. If he had to bend over to get the money, he's going to bend over again to hold the money. This is what's been going on. When you see a guy getting all aggressive with the females, yeah, he probably sweet, man. Sweet. He ain't gonna never get aggressive with the males like that, because people catch him and snatch his head off. Out here in New York, it's very easy to get to anybody. It's no really hiding. There's no place where celebrities just live on the mountains. You can get to anybody. This is the social media. You could chat GPT the thing. It's all about how you treat people and what you expect to come. Now, if you walking around like an asshole and treating people like they ain't well, you got yours coming. I guess this is how the way it works. You know, you gotta know how to protect yourself. You're not supposed to treat people like that. People will catch up with you. They catch up with you. I've seen the biggest fall. I've seen the biggest fall, man. I've seen the richest people with the most stress and the poorest people, the happiest of people. And still, look, in America, we pushing up our face to Africa like we somebody better. We ain't nobody better. We ain't even got good food out here. Them people living longer than us. Yeah, because we got more shiny stuff, but the diamonds are from them. We ain't waking up. Don't let America fool y'all. Y'all ain't got it. You ain't got it. Don't you know Jay-Z, well, you got $2 billion. The guy, the Rubin guy, he got 11 point something $billion. It ain't easy to get another $1 billion. What we strive for, what we work hard for, it could be a dentist get that in 2 weeks. We got to know what life you living here. That man got $2 million. The person that made Call of Duty get $2 billion in two weeks. So what you work a whole lifetime for, there's somebody out there with more power than you that got that in 2 weeks. Don't get it twisted out here, y'all. It's good that we have some billionaires in our culture, but if our billionaires ain't building us up to be billionaires too, they ain't got nothing. And that's the truth. Let them know, set it out. They ain't got it. They ain't got the power. They don't have the power. They only got the power to hurt their own people. They don't have the power to make change, to make something substantial for their own people. They don't have that. Don't let them fool you. If they did, why they ain't do nothing already? Why they ain't no hip-hop schools? Why they ain't a place where you can go and get your own set of money? Or why they ain't a YouTube for hip-hop only? Why they always buying back and giving the money back to the people? Why Mayweather a billionaire and he's stuck in a place? He ain't got no power. I told you he's only a billionaire when he's in Vegas. And y'all ain't get that? When you hear all these celebrities talking about, oh, I got a little residency in Vegas, that's because they on their last leg. Yeah, you got to work that money off to get that money back from that bad deal you signed. You think we didn't know that about Usher? Seriously? Usher's quiet right now because it's the Diddy. Now, if the things that they say about that situation is true, Usher, why you ain't tell your truth in your music? What are you doing? Are you still having Jermaine work the pen for you, or are you going to really tell us what's really, really going on? Because from what I can remember, rest in peace to the past of your passing of your, I believe it was your daughter or your son. I remember, if I think back correctly, Usher was the one that his kid had passed away. I believe it was like in the pool, left unattended in the pool. These type of situations come from there's a lot of demon stuff going on. Trust me, there's a lot of demonic stuff going on in the industry that y'all don't really know about, but I pick up on. Seriously, and people are pointing the finger at the wrong people. Like, Oprah, those people, they ain't got no demonic nothing. It's who y'all follow. Those people, them Christians over there. Them Muslims over there, them good people. It's the people that act like they're Christian, act like they're Muslim, and not abiding by the Christianity, and not abiding by the Muslim religion. Those are the people that break codes, and those are the people that can't stand up for anything. That's just the truth about it. Don't you know how many girls out here is being raped on a daily and being hurt on a daily? Just because the over sexualization of social media and people wanting what they can't have. That's the reason why people do that type of stuff that they can't do. That's why they say Diddy, you know, he wanted to do certain things with certain people. If you had left Cassie with Ryan Leslie, she would have been not only a better person right now, but none of this would have ever happened to her. So that's why women, you gotta pick right. Stop going for the bling guy, the guy with all the bling. That's the idiot. Remember I told you that guy. Yeah, he'll give you $100,000 when he has $1 billion. But go for the guy that's gonna give you $100 when all he has is 100. You found yourself something. Don't be a fool for these guys. They're not the man that you're looking for. If you're looking for somebody that's gonna hold you down for a lifetime, why would you look at one of those guys? Those guys are looking for new chicks. Every time you get a little bit of older age, they're looking at somebody younger. Is that the way to live? Do you feel secure around that type of guy? That every time you turn your back, you got to make sure he's not grabbing somebody else's number. These are things that's put upon people to make people think, oh, this is how it's supposed to work. But that's not how it's supposed to work. Don't you know if a female sleep with two different guys, her cycle breaks? You can almost tell when you're sleeping with her, whether it's a different smell or a different, it could be a little drier this time because she's sleeping with somebody else. These young girls don't know this. They come into the world, we've been through this. We know all of this. Why not leave them with some information and let them know that, your body, you can't treat your body like that. At least give it some space between. If you don't want to mess with this one, get rid of him, stop, get yourself together, then mess with him. You're not a guy where you can just jump, 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 jump. Like, that's okay. That's not good either, because when guys jump, jump, jump like that, anything can happen. You could get the wrong person pregnant. Now your whole future is ruined. Because it happens that way. That child support and that thing could be so stressful on you. You can't even do what God put you on this earth to do because that thing got you all stressed out. And it's hard, hard, hard to come back from. Everything is not just, okay, we'll just do this. No. Some people are hurt by the last thing they did, so they can't move on to do the next thing. I've been there. And we all got to the point where we just said, F it. I don't care what happens. I don't care. I used to say, I still say I don't care. But at the end of the day, you still got to come and find yourself to a place where you get some kind of resolution. Like, I'm going to resolve this. This ain't going to happen to me again. Even if I got to hurt somebody or I got to get myself out of here. If it comes down to that, do what you got to do. But just don't sit there. I ain't going to just sit here. It's just not like that. I'm always working and trying to build my brand and touch the right people. I want to see my brand on good people. I don't want to see my brand on somebody in handcuffs walking on the news from a Rico and, oh, he's wearing my hoodie. Because I'm not. I'm good. I'm cool with that. I'm all right with that. And hip hop got a lot of people too. I see people like looking over and you could tell, you can always tell the hip hop they're looking over because they can't create on their own. They can't even write the damn raps themselves, but they're looking over, they want to steal your brand. But the truth is, the minute they even think about it, I got all my paperwork, everything together, I'll sue the crap out of them. Y'all gonna see me go, and I'll never stop. Now you become part of my journey. Stay away from all them people, man. They got bad intentions. They don't want to support you. They just want to take from you, take from you, take from you. And then half of these people, you're in a better relationship than they're looking for. So don't let people fool you. Please don't. Please don't. We all, trust me, when it comes to, look, you work with your age. When you see your age, you're like, how much time I think I really got average time. So how much money would it take for me to really... And it's not $1 billion. If somebody threw $1 billion upon you right now, your life would end quicker. That's just how life works, because all the burdens of people running up to you and saying what they want or seeing what they want out of you and people just thinking of you of somebody else, it will ruin your life. But if you have this slow, gradual keep going up, those little achievements, you can pass those on to people, to friends and family, and tell them little things and help them out with little things so they can get their achievements up too. But people are so greedy in these times, like they want to run off with some money that ain't even theirs. It's not about the money. It's about what you can do in the time that you have here. Like if I can take some money and build a storage and have people come down inspired by dreams and have like a little event going. It's what you do with what you have, And if you don't have anything at all, you don't feel like you have anything at all, look again. You do. You have you, your story, your journey. You just have to find a way to monetize what you love and put it in front of people. Because if it sounds like the same or it feels like the same what you heard yesterday, it ain't authentic. It ain't authentic. The things that I've been through in my lifetime that made me who I am are the hurdles I had to jump. Like almost being killed, being around people that I thought were friends for years and they're not, they didn't turn out to the person they wanted to be. Just people talking behind your back, people pointing at you like you're the person that did something to them. But in reality, you're most likely the key to your whole crew. People are blinded because they want to be this person. Everybody wants to be the man. And they ain't got, the suit don't fit them. It never works. It never will work. You ain't the man. Sometimes you're just you. And some people don't know how to take that. Some people don't know how to take that. Some people don't understand how I can sit here with confidence and I can feel good about myself. It's because of what I've been through. And the things I can tell you, and I have actual facts that if I see something in front of you, I've proven this time again, I can tell you how the outcome is going. It doesn't make me a genius. I just know how to. Life is about a cycle and patterns. And people make the same mistakes over and over, and they expect the same results. And they never understand why these things are happening. Come on. It's a cycle. People do the same things. We don't do that much different as the world keeps going. Like, animals are made to survive. If you're a human and you're just here just surviving, you're going to have a cold soul. Surviving is like, you're going to have a cold soul. Whether you make it to the point where you feel like you survived and you can't reach that point, you'll be so drained by the time you reach it, you'll probably forget about all that thing you've been fighting for. Survival mode is when you haven't really fully found yourself, you're just surviving on whatever comes towards you. Whatever's coming towards you, you're just surviving because you're used to surviving. But the minute you get up and say, I don't want to do this survival thing anymore. Hit me, I don't care. I'm going to figure it out when it hits me. Boom. Okay, why did it hit me so hard? And you start figuring it out, you're going to go down a few times. But the last time you get up, you're going to stay up. I'm telling you, I've been through it. I've been stressed out for not 1, 2, 3 months. I'm talking about a year, 2 years, 3 years, just living through stress. People not knowing, understanding how I'm stressed, just living my life. A lot of people right now are living their life through stress. The minute I got rid of that stuff and said, all of this stuff, it doesn't mean anything to me, life is starting to change. I don't even look at people the same. If you're not I don't even look at people the same. You could be family, you could be friends. If you do something outside of how I look at life and how I don't look at you the same, ever. That's just how I am. You might as well go along. Because once you find out who you are and the things you represent, you'll be damned to let somebody come in between that and mess your life up. You'll take theirs before they try to take yours. And that's what I want to build you guys up to be. Don't be, you're better than that. You're better than what you see in front of you, put in front of you on social media. Whatever you see on social media was put there already. You have more to bring to the table, something new for other people to see. That's why I do animations and I don't want to jump into and I love to see other people say, you know what? Let me try doing that too, because at least they're giving it a shot. If you want to start a fashion brand like me, yeah, I have a little more experience than you, but it doesn't mean you can't start today and go further than I could take it. Why not? You might have a little key that I'm not using that could help me out. We all need each other. So while I'm helping you build your brand, you might say, hey, why don't you do this like this? I thought of this. And that changed my whole life around. Now you got good karma coming to you. Now we over here spreading good karma like it's the flu. And people over there still hurting and don't understand why our party looks the way it looks. And now they wanna peek through the window and see why we enjoying ourselves. Well, we did the work. I know that when I turn my back, so and so ain't gonna stab me in it. And I know when I look over there, that person loves me, and that person means good for me. So I put myself in a circle where people love me. That's all. I don't have to be in Las Vegas where they label it Devil's Playground and get myself in trouble because I'm drunk and I'm sleeping with some prostitute that's out. That's nonsense. Like, grow up. Grow up and stop making life all about sex. Life is worth more than just sex. Like, a lot of these dudes, all the only thing they can mumble out their mouth is sex or sex. It's like, dude, man, you don't have nothing better in your life. Like, all you can do is just make a whole bunch of kids and don't take care of them, and you call yourself a father? Man, if somebody don't grab you by your shirt and throw you off the end of this earth, you need to go get your life together, man. If all you can do is be good in bed, you ain't shit. That's all you can do? Come on, man. Please. These guys have a whole bunch. It's one thing about having a big family, but at least have it with one female. People got, oh, I have a whole bunch of kids, but you got a whole bunch of baby mothers too. What are we doing here? You expect these people to go out there and make society better when their kids can't even get in contact with their father or their mother? And you talking about black culture. This, no, don't give me no black culture anything. All you got to do is give me a good loving family so they can have a good light on the next family. I don't want to hear everybody together. Everybody ain't working together. We can't trust everybody. You have to raise your family and pass on your morals. Like certain things in my family that I felt like I took with me, I passed those on. Those jewels that I get, I pass those on. Not just to people in my family, to people out there, so people could get a different look on things. You know the mumbo jumbo sometimes people's parents tell them or they try to pass down on them. Some nonsense that they believed in. You can't keep moving on in life like that. You have to, it's going to come a point in time where you have to figure things out for yourself, not what other people told you. When you get to that point, that's when you'll know. Do your own research. People love to throw their ideologies and things on you because that's how they, but then look at them. They stuck. They ain't come up with no solutions. They just saying, oh, this is what it's supposed to be. Stop worrying. Like the stupidest things are, is God black or white? So, who cares? It's God. Who are you to even ask a question like that? You're just human. You're just a human being. You don't even know, have any control of your own energy. What are you worrying about if God is this, if God is that? When people tell you money ain't everything, you don't believe them. So if I told you something about God, you think I expect you to believe that too? Wake up, Dumbo. Dumbo, your ears are dragging on the block. Pick them up. And got some, the first thing that I seen that was bad in hip hop was the educational part. But I understand, now I get it. Now I get it why they don't want the artists to be educated. Now I get it. So they can sign those bad contracts and they get owned for life. That's why they don't want you to know anything. Because they got the money in their back pocket. Yeah, they're going to throw a big shiny chain or a wedding ring on your finger because they know you ain't getting married, so you might as well buy it yourself. Yeah, they're going to do that for now. But what happens when that shine dulls out and you're looking for something more in life than just hip hop? You don't have nothing to stand on. Like if we turned off all the music and got the music going on, what would people be? Like what would you be in life? Like besides an artist? Like could you see your favorite artist being something else besides what they are? Could you see that? There's certain artists I could say, like, yeah, I could see they would have been this, would have been that. But some of them artists, I'm like, nah. They'd have been dead or in jail. So hip hop has opened the opportunity for that half, but what about opening the opportunity for the other black culture and other cultures that wanted to do something that uplift the culture? Did you concentrate on them or did you just go with the violence? Well, this is the results. That's why I say in these times, fine, go out there and pick out your music that you want. Like I make my own playlist. I listen to my own playlist no matter what drops. No matter what's going on with music, I don't listen to the radio as much unless I'm listening to like Hot 97 or 105 for like them talking or something. But I don't really listen to the radio because I'm usually working. So at the end of the day, it's kind of like the majority of the things that it's gonna really stick to are the things that I find out for myself. And then certain things that make me go, wow, oh, that's how it went down. That's the type of stuff that I bring to you guys, are the things that I always, that made me who I am to this point, I bring to you guys. So maybe it could rub off on somebody, or even my uncle. My uncle the other, my uncle had came over a couple weeks back, and he was telling me, his kid was going in. His kid was going astray in Brooklyn. Like, he was just messing with the gangs, this and that. And he wanted to, send him out to the army. And I was saying to myself, that's one way of looking at it, but you really still got to do the work and sit down with him, because putting your kid in the army and things like that could still, seeing death and going to the army and seeing fighting doesn't really heal you. It doesn't really heal you. It gives you, it could corrupt your mentality. Like, in a fight, if you're about to fight somebody, right? Like let's take this back to our, like, let's go back a little bit to high school, ninth. Let's take it back to ninth grade. We all back in ninth grade now. You got beef with somebody. You're gonna fight that person. Now you know the person that when you fighting them and they all angry and they mad. That's the person that's gonna lose the fight. The person that's calm and cool, like, oh, we supposed to fight, so I'm not gonna be screaming and yelling at this point. I already screaming and yell to get the fight. So why are you still screaming and yelling while we fighting? It's because he don't know how to fight. He don't know how to focus his punches, get what he got to get done. He's just sitting there. He's yelling, trying to scare you out because he's scared. It's common sense, man. A lot of these guys are chumps. They talk a good one, man. They're loud talk. In these times, fighting has nothing to do with fists. It has to do with weapons and things like that. So it's a whole different fight in these times. So when you say something about somebody, you have to be very careful about who you're talking about, or if that person don't feel some kind of way where they, might come and see you. That's the times we're living in. So it's better you know how to present yourself and get your whatever you have to get out clearly, so people don't think that you're coming with like an aggressive. I don't want people to think I'm coming with some like aggressive thing, but if things happen, it is what it is. But you have to know what you're standing on. You got to know what you're standing on. Everybody want to be the man, but I'm telling you, man, it's not like that. The people that's really the man, they don't want to be seen on social media. They don't want their faces seen on social media because of certain things that they got going on. But they definitely get, they can get stuff done by just a couple phone calls. That's just how it works. For the people out there, man, that's going through anybody out there that's been through domestic violence or been through any type of violence, and it kind of changed who you were or who you look or how you looked at people, clean it up right now, man. Stay away from anybody that's gonna harm you. And if you got to look at a situation and make you feel bad inside, get away from them. If you have to go in a room and everybody in that room make you feel like bad inside, that's the energy. Like, nah, get away from there, yo. If it's your job and you go every time you got to huff and puff before you go to your job because the people in there don't like you, well, one day you work your way to get up out of that place, because it ain't beneficial to you, man. It ain't. I'd rather work and take less of money in a place where I enjoy the people around me and be all trying to get to a certain point than having to go and wake up every day and not want to go to work because people in that place or in that area, they look down on you or make you feel a certain type of way. You feel like left out. You don't want to feel like an oddball. You don't. Because we're not oddballs. We just have different outlooks of things. And everybody wants the same thing. That it's the happiness. Don't ask God for money. Ask him for the happiness. And that will, whatever comes around that to get you to that point, you'll get there. I don't ask for money, because I find out the things that I really loved and the things that made me like the happiest in my life, it had so little to do with money. It always had a good time for me always came with the people around, or maybe me doing something for somebody, or just seeing, that's why we love movies and things like that, because it make we see something else than what we're actually, man. And like, I'm not jumping around the place, with Martin, with everybody telling him, Martin said he didn't, this saying, I spoke to my brother about this, and he did one time said he had a stroke or whatnot, but what he's trying to say is like, I'm all right. And he understands that we love Martin on a different level than different types of celebrities. Some people get that love. Like, Martin gets the love where we feel like we grew up with him, because we grew up with him. So if he looks different or looks a little slower, or you hear him slurring his words a little bit, and he says he's all right, it's because what we missed out was life, and we was watching the shows over and over, you guys. It's not like outside of those shows, Martin was still living his life, going through things with, and sometimes, we getting older. We have to understand we getting older. We all love Martin. I love Martin bad, man. I love Martin bad. Every joke, I could tell you every joke like everybody else can. And we all grew up with that, having that little Martin spirit, the little funny jokes Martin used to do. So when we see him at a point where he's not that same person, sometimes that could fool us, but we don't understand life is life. And then people, our favorite stars they get older too. And when they get older, they go through their things. We're all human. He's one of the great entertainers that entertained us, but it saddened me because I felt like stop saying that to him, because he could be doing better, and then he doesn't want people to look at him like that. You don't know what people, when they go back home, how they feel. Don't make people feel like, that he look a certain way. I understand. I see what you guys see too. We see what you see, but don't always point that out for people, because you don't know what he's going through. I see what you see. We all love Martin. We all do. We see Will Smith a little more chirpy, and we see Martin like hanging in there. But if he says he's all right, we're gonna have to take that for face value and stop asking him all the time, "What, are you sick? Are you sick?" That gets draining on people. Stop doing that to people. He's a celebrity, but still, Martin was never the type to put out. In his past, he went through things that he had to deal with. On the show, he didn't have just the best of things going on at the show. Things happened at the Martin show too, and things that he had in his life, he hurdles he had to get over. And you see the cast made up for themselves, and as we get older, we see some of our favorite celebrities, they get older too, and you just want them to stay the same age. Like one of my favorite directors is Spike Lee. I don't want Spike Lee to ever get old. I want to see Spike Lee forever, but in my reality, I know that people get old, and I see people getting old in front of my eyes, and when sometimes as a fan, you want to keep them the same age forever, but they're human too, and that's why we gotta love on each other and just appreciate the people that do good for us, and the people that we enjoy to watch. Just appreciate them a little more, because they did do something for you. If you feel that much about him, like how everybody feels about the jokes he has told, and how he's been cool, then that says a lot about you. It says that you do care. There's people that, not everybody's out here trolling. I don't feel when people are asking Martin about his health, they really wanted to know, because Martin is one of those people that people really love. Like, you see Martin in the street, you see him take a fall, people are gonna dodge to try to pick him up because of who he is and what he had stand for. It's not like, people love people, and that's a good thing. But I hope that he understands, and I hope he doesn't take that in a way where, like, oh, do I look sick? Because unfortunately, Martin, to be honest with you, us as people, we watched you day in, day out. If you look different, people are gonna say something, because that's just how we're human, man. We human, man. We know you ain't the same. We know age ages people, but when you see somebody out there that you laugh to your stomach are off, and it's not that same person, we gonna kick up, Mar. We gonna kick up, Marty Mar. We gonna kick up, because we love them that much. These are the people in the world that put out good energy, and they left us with something that we can't seem to take away. And that's why I feel people, asking him. But if the man tells you that, he's doing all right, whether he is or not, he's gonna handle that behind the scenes. He knows he's. Everybody looks back at themselves on this social media thing, and if you feel like it's something you need to fix about yourself, or try to see what people are seeing, he'll get it. He'll get it. He'll get it. He sees. I'm pretty sure he sees why we are saying that, and he knows his life better than we do. So that's the reason why I don't want to sit on that or make a person feel like, oh, do I look sickly? Because he doesn't. He's doing very well for himself still going him, and between Martin, Will Smith, Eddie Murphy, those guys up there, they reached the pinnacle. They reached the tops, and they're still going to inspire people. I try to take that for what it is. It's just the people that ticks me off, or the people's like Diddy, and they look down on people and then turn around and find out they're doing this to their own culture, and it's just a whole bunch of surprises. It's a whole different thing. But for the people that's out there, like the Denzel Washingtons and those are the people that we champion up to this day. We still have leaders out there, but it's all about the energy you put out there. I don't see people chasing down Denzel, or people chasing down these people, because they never put that type of energy out there. They never
put themselves that they unapproachable, and we have to be as fans and people to know that the times we're living in, don't just run up on these people like you crazy. You can get hurt for things like that, especially when you're dealing in the hip hop community, because their bodyguard, their security, they're dealing with certain things. They don't know who's running up to them, so keep it in. You got to keep a little distance before you be so approachable. Not everybody's so approachable because of their past they've been through. There's a lot of people going through things, so we got to be mindful of that too. Um, because lawsuits will pop up like that. Sexy Red. You know what you can get off a lawsuit in the airport on a fight from a celebrity? Oh, you might never have to work again with the right lawyer. I'm telling you. So before I get out of here, I want to leave you guys with just some things like maybe I'll leave you guys with some good energy, and I'll leave you like this. In these times, what's going on? Everything is moving so fast, and if you have any goals that you want to accomplish, don't leave it on somebody else's hands to accomplish it for you. Find a way to find a way, and you will make it in God's hand. I'm telling you, God is gonna help you do what you think that you need from other people. What you're asking from that you need to help to build your brand, to build your company, to build your channel. God will help you if you just keep putting in the work. Things that people are gonna connect you. Good people always stick together. And the more we work together, the more we grow as a whole. So you guys, if you want to support the brand, I'm gonna leave the link down below. I love you guys. Thanks for tuning in to your boy. I have so many new drops you guys gotta check out in the stores, man. The pinky pink hat with the denim on it. I'm talking about straight fly. Like I told you, man. I'm inspired by Nike and Polo, and I put that clash together just because of how I grew up and the things that I wear. And I put it into a brand, and I made my own brand, and people are digging it. And I love to see you guys in it. Send the pictures. I love you guys. Keep that good energy with you. If you're looking for love, don't worry. It's going to find you. As long as you be open to it and be happy. Just keep your happy energy around you, and all that evil stuff is going to bounce right off of you for the week. I see you guys. What is it? What is it? Friday. I know you don't want me to go through every day of the week. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna get up to that point. Once the channel start growing, I'll do every day, and I'll have the show popping. But until next time, it's your boy Mickey made it. Love you guys. Take that good energy with you, and stay away from all these people that's looking out to hurt you. And you can do better for yourself, man. No matter what. If you start today or start tomorrow, you're gonna still have a better chance of getting to where you gotta go. Love you. And I hope y'all take this episode and take your little pieces in. I hope you learned and I dropped enough jewels for you guys to take on with your day, just to keep people off your back. And always think in the back of your head, always have something to strive for, and you'll be all right. All right? Peace, y'all.